Today, we're going to build an iron, gold, and carrot farm. What's going on, everybody? This is Captain Obvious, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Alright, today we're going to be building the Midas Touch 2, which is the second version of my Midas Touch, which I built way back in 2017. Needed a refresher. For those of you that always ask, this will get you about 2.5 stacks of iron and gold nuggets an hour. That's what I've been averaging. Now the carrot part will take a lot longer to build up because you have to wait for each and every villager to be full, or at least some villagers to be full, and then start throwing the nuggets, and then they have to be, or the carrots, and then they have to be left on the floor long enough. That's why I said pretty much all of them, and they have to do it over this area since this part is not collected. So I can't say how much it'll get you in the beginning, but if you let it go for, after a while, after a couple days of having this thing running, you'll start to see a lot of carrots. All right, I'm going to shut up now. Let's get into what you need and how to build it. All right, so these are all the items. Look in the description for amounts. I just can't fit the amounts on here. Keep in mind, you can change up the blocks. I know a lot of people, for some reason, ask me that. It's the design itself, the shape that you have to just keep, but the actual building materials itself, build it out or whatever you want. We're just going to be using smooth sandstone and stone along with the corresponding, well, except for this one, we're going to be using sandstone slabs. And for the bed, you need 36 of each. Okay, everything else, just look in the description. All right, so first and foremost, what we're going to do is we're actually going to be building the collection area. Okay, so I'm just going to put down grouping of 4, then go around each of it, like so. Okay, do a chest there, like that. And then take your hoppers, boom, 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 boom. Now also keep in mind the carrot part is completely optional. You can just use it as a full functioning iron and gold farm. Okay, that is totally up to you. Now we're going to go up 10 on each of these. So there's going to be 8 high, or 10 high, but 8 rows of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do that on every single chest. Okay, now that that's done, we can come right next to it, and we can just go all the way up. And do that on all 4 sides. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the edge with each of these, going this way. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to come out 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be a total of 9 because this counts for the water. Right, the top of the glass counts. Just come across like that. Perfect. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our next block and we're going to come underneath it. Just like this. Okay, do that on the opposite side. Same thing going this way. Okay, once that's done, just come on in the inside right here and place your water. Okay, you'll know if you did it correctly if the water stops right at the glass, which is perfect for the pit. Okay, actually before we go any further, you can just come back down and break the glass. We might as well get this done and out of the way, just in case things start spawning. So what you're going to do is second block up in any of the corners, doesn't matter, choose whichever corner you want. Put a sign right there, sign to the top left, and then a sign right there. So it looks just like that. Okay, get rid of that water for a second and put a bucket of lava. You only need 1. You don't need like an entire row of it because we still want, other things to fall down. Cats are going to be in here, so you're probably going to get a little bit of string in the beginning just until all the cats have spawned. Okay. Perfect. And yeah, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go another row up. Okay, get to the corner, and then we're going to come out another 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing on this side. We already got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, just like so. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side, and you're also going to come right in here, except not there. No, you're just going to go like that. Okay, and this is going to be your flooring for this row. And do that on both sides. Okay, once that is done, you're going to come in here and you're going to put water all along this. Do it on the opposite side as I've done. And you'll notice it'll, if you did it correctly again with the spacing, everything will be perfectly to the edge. Now this is just for symmetry. You see how we have this underneath? You don't need to do it, but I like to do it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then just come out to there, just like that. And also on this side, we're just going to match it up with this, just like that. Okay, perfect. Now this is the area right here where our beds are going to go. So switch to some dirt right now just to help yourself out. Now it doesn't matter which two sides, but they're going to be opposite each other. Okay, so how did I do it here where the water flow is? So I did it behind the water flow. So see how the beds are going where the water flow is? So we're going to do it on the same thing on that side. Okay, so this is our, if this is our spot where our water, like the hole is, we're going to do it back here, right where the water is. Okay, so we're going to go 2 more rows like this, right there. We're going to take some glass. We're going to put glass in each of these corners. Okay, just as like a little reminder, like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do, where's the bed? There we go. We're going to place the beds, whoops, like this. The head has to be in. The reason the head has to be in is because we're going to place blocks on this, and when the villagers wake up, they wake up on the end of the bed. It's very important. If you do it this way and put the blocks on top, your villagers will die. So it's very important that you face the heads into the water. Okay, you're going to run this all the way across. Okay, now right here, we're going to do glass. Okay, so there's going to be glass right here. Okay, and now another, that's why I said use the dirt, because it's just the junk block. Okay, another important thing, you break this underneath. So the golems cannot spawn here. You have to break it. Okay, very important. Do not forget that. And now what we're going to do, let me get rid of that, is we're going to come out on this side. Right, so 1 like that, and then we're actually going to go ahead and put this on top like so. Oops, just like that. Okay, and we're going to put 1 block there, just like that, and come up with it. Okay, on top of that, again, go ahead and cover it up just like so. Okay, do the same exact thing right here on the opposite side, so right here. All right, so now that that's done, what you're going to do is right over here, just place down a junk block for, or you could place down a series of junk blocks, doesn't matter. Okay, just place down some junk blocks, and then you're going to put composters all along here. So all along here from bed to bed is going to be composters. Okay, do that on both sides, and then you're going to also cover it up. Let's break these. That was just junk blocks. Okay, cover it up, and then you're also going to put this on top. Okay, so do that on both sides. Okay, now that that's done, we can come in here with the dirt. Okay, so we're going to do 1 dirt there, 2 dirt here, and then make like this little N or backward Z pattern or whatever you want to do. Okay, we're going to go all the way across. I already did it on this side. All the way across. Okay, so again, you have the one in front, the one next to it, and then 2 across. So do the same thing on this side. 1 next to it, 1 there. And then we're going to go all the way across. Okay, so it's going to go here, here, and then 2 rows. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put glass around all of that. Okay, once that's done, you then just go on top of these, the glass, with your stone. Okay, we're just going to basically mimic the pattern that we already did. And then right on top of it, with whatever other building block you have. I'm going to be using the sandstone, obviously. Do that on both sides. Okay, and then on the inside, it's pretty much exactly what you think. We're just going to do 2 rows of this. And then 1 row of this. Also, real quick, just a little change. Right on top of that glass, go ahead and place some glowstone. Okay, forgot to have you guys do that. All right, and then it's going to be the same exact thing on this side. So right on top of the glass, glowstone, and then the 2-in-1 layer. Okay, now we're going to do this a little differently. So first you got to come in here and till your ground. Okay, now the water will hydrate these dirt blocks. Okay, so just come in here really quick. Do that. And you can either give them, a few carrots and wait to grow, or, and it'll take a little bit longer for them to breed and grow stuff, or you could just give them like a stack, right? Or even plant it right away. So if you have enough, oops, I forgot the carrots. If you have enough carrots to do it right away, I'd say go ahead and do it that way. That's probably going to be your best bet. So just go ahead and plant. And you're only going to need 2 villagers starting out. That's what's beautiful about this. It also breeds. Okay, now I don't know if it's going to do it now because we're so close to the other one. Keep in mind, you want to build this at least 100 blocks away from any beds and even any of these job sites. Like we have the composters, so everybody's a farmer. The more farmers you have, the more chances you have of getting carrots for the carrot farm. That's why we did that. So please don't replace the job sites with something else and then ask me why you don't have a lot of carrots. You want a lot of farmers. Okay? So now that we planted it, we're going to come over here and we're just going to drop 2 villagers. Doesn't matter what they are. They'll change to, there you go. And we can even give them some more carrots. Here, let's just drop the whole thing. Boom. Okay? So give them carrots. Now that we got our villagers in there, only above the dirt blocks, we're going to place a block right there. So it leaves only 2, so no golems can spawn in there. Okay, so we're just going to run all the way across. Do that on the other side as well, only up to where the beds are. Okay, and for everything else, all we're going to do is just cover the entire thing that's not the water. Okay, so you're covering the crop area and you're covering the bed area. Now, you might be saying to yourself, why you leave this open? Can't golems spawn in there? No, they can't, because underneath the bed, there's no blocks, and this is not solid. So they cannot spawn in here, so we're safe from golems spawning. Now, I had this thing going for almost 24 hours. No golems spawned in there at all. So if something is spawned in there for you, you have a block somewhere that you shouldn't. So double check that. Okay, make sure all of the blocks I said had to be glass or air blocks are. Otherwise, you may have a broken system. Okay, so just finish covering this whole thing up. Alright guys, so as it stands right now in its current form, this is a fully functioning iron farm. If you don't want any of the other stuff, right now you're done. You just, like I said, have to wait for the villagers to breed a bit so they come up to the amount needed for a village. I thought I saw, yep, I did see a baby in there. So there's actually a baby in there, even though we have, where is it? Even though we have that one right there. Now we're just going to add the gold farm part. There are 168 obsidian if you are interested. That's with leaving the corners off. So what we're going to do is just take some junk blocks. Okay. We're going to go to whatever corner you want to start in. Doesn't matter. Just go 1 diagonal, 2 diagonal. On that 3rd diagonal, you can actually leave that junk block to save some space. Okay. And then we want to be 2 away. Right. So 1, 2. And you can actually put a junk block there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and I believe the 13th block. Yep. Okay. So 12 obsidian and the 13th block is whatever junk block you have to save space. Connect it, and now we're just going to go 19 high. This counts as 1. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You could do a junk block here if you don't mind it looking ugly. I do, so I'm just going to keep the extra 4 obsidian for the corners. Okay, so just go around connecting everything. Okay, once that's all done, on the top of this, just go ahead and put some slabs or glass or whatever you want, as long as it's one of those two, to stop mobs from spawning up here. I don't know if carpet still works. It might. Whatever you, but I would say just stick with the slab since you have it. Now, the reason we came two out, okay, instead of going right to the side here, is because there's a directional spawning mechanic for pigmen. So it might be on this particular corner facing whatever direction we're in. It might actually be this way, but some of them, they spawn behind it. So rather than having to put blocks and making it look ugly, and even then sometimes they could spawn 2 or 3 in, and we'd have to make this higher. It's easier to just lose some of the obsidian spots. Okay, we're actually saving obsidian this way anyway, and you get a decent amount. You could still get a decent amount. Okay, this is not going to lag out your world. As you can see, I still have 2, and my frames per second are a little bit, a little bit lower, but nothing crazy. But they're right next to each other. Okay, so now just activate the portals, and you now have a working iron and gold farm. Again, if that's all you want, then you're done. Okay, so first what you want to do is you want to go all the way around, so the only thing that's left is the dirt area. Okay, so just trace this all the way around. Okay, like I did there. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to go to the very last section right here, the very last one under the farm area, which is diagonal to that. Okay, you're going to do that on both sides. So if the wall ends here, we're going to go this way. Okay, see the last area? And then we're going to drop these front ones all the way down. Okay, so just like, whoops. So we're going to do that on this side. And then you're going to go directly opposite. So again, under the farm area, all on the other side, do the same thing. Okay, now that that's done, take some stone stairs. Go all the way around the glass with it. Okay, just oops, yeah, we do go that way. Okay, go all the way underneath with it. Do that all the way around. Okay, now that that's done, just make sure you put some slabs on top of these right here. Even though the stairs are should not be spawnable blocks, you never know, they might change the code. We want to just make sure all the areas that are spawnable are gone. Okay. Now what we're going to do, okay, so here's the dirt, right? On the side of it, kind of where the glass is, see how we have these 2 dirt blocks? Put the first one right there, go all the way down with it. Okay, we're going to make a leg out of it. And then, so now we have this inside. Now we're going to come up right there with it, like that. And then 1 block there to cover up the dirt. Okay, do that on all the sides. I realized that the other one is the opposite way for you guys. Like I meant do the same thing, but make sure the dirt is. So this one will have the dirt looking like this. We're just going to do the opposite. Okay, so we had this one going down. Obviously, we're not going to go this way because this is where we're going to put our carts. So you would just have to put the layer here, another layer there, and then the dirt going in. So if you're looking at it this way, that's the one we just did. It would be the opposite way. Same thing, just the opposite way. Okay. Now you have these little tunnels facing each other, right? One there, one there. That's where we're going to put our carrots and stuff. Okay, I believe on this side I used this. Perfect, that's exactly what I want to use. So we're going to switch to this. Okay, and right here where we have the dirt, we're just going to drop that down for a second. And we're going to do 2 rows of this. Okay, just like so. Now before we continue, what we have to do is, so if we're staring at it this way, right, that's under the dirt. We're going to break that block. Actually, hold on. Go 2 down, or 3 down like that. Okay. Break that one on the corner. That's going to be for a hopper, so face the hopper into that. Break this one, and break this a little bit. Put another hopper facing down. Okay, hopefully you guys saw that. And then you could put those blocks back. Okay, so we'll do the same thing on this side. So essentially what we're going to do is just break the wall for a second. put a block there, put a hopper there, and a hopper into this. Let's just crouch. Okay. And then you can go ahead and put a wall back and that. Okay, so and we're going to do that on both sides, but before we do that, let's just finish up the minecarts. Okay, so in the corners, we're going to go ahead and we're going to place our unpowered rails, so just regular rails. Okay, we're going to put our powered rails right here, going this way. Don't complete it yet, because what we want to do is right in the middle. See where we had this row going all the way here? Go right there, put redstone there, and then right there, put redstone there. Yeah, the water will break, it's fine. Or the water will appear, it's fine. Okay, let's pick that up. Now you should start to see cats everywhere. Okay, so there you have it. You can also come underneath here and just put levers if you want on these, instead if you don't have a lot of redstone, on these 4 blocks. Save yourself that. I just don't like the way it looks because we're gonna be utilizing that. So whatever. That's entirely up to you. And then you can then go ahead, make sure you have 2 minecart with hoppers. A lot of times people forget the hoppers and they're like, it's not collecting. Yeah, you need hoppers. Okay, and it'll just go round and round and round forever and ever and ever. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Okay, now come down to any one of the chambers that you want. What I like to do first is fill it up with dirt, just to make it easier to place the hopper so I'm not crouching and placing stuff the whole time. So you're just going to skip. So every other one is going to be a hopper. Make sure it's facing downward. Make sure the little spout is facing down. Okay, then you can come up here, break those, and put chests. That's just for extra storage and to save some of the iron. Okay, now before we put that last hopper, what we're going to do is we're going to break everything to make it look like this. And we're just going to place that, do the floor, put a block there, put down a double hopper, and that into that. Then on that hopper right there that's next to this chest, we're going to crouch and place whatever kind of trapdoor you want, put blocks there, and then we're just going to kind of walk this down like so, right up until that very last one. Perfect. Okay, do that on all 4 sides. Okay, now that that's done, what we're going to do is put a block right there in front of each of the chests. Okay, and then we're going to run the sandstone slab right to there, and then go boom, boom, whoops, on each side. Okay, do that for the other area as well. Now it's very, very dark here, so if you can get some jack-o'-lanterns, I wouldn't waste glowstone on this, but if you have a lot of jack-o'-lanterns, I would say just go crazy with the jack-o'-lanterns right now, putting a lot of it down so you can cover it up. Right, so definitely like in these corners here, just anywhere you can kind of fit it. 1, 2, 3, maybe, yeah, on that third one. Right, so 1, 2, 3. I would say just go nuts with it because basically you're going to be covering it up anyway. Doesn't matter, we could do 2 of them. Right, so 1, 2, 3. I want you to cover this up with slabs. So that way, get out of here. Looks like the pig is following me. Okay, so cover this whole thing up with slabs. 1, 2, 3. Maybe on that 4th one right there. So that way, nothing spawns. Right, that way nothing spawns at all. 1, 2, 3 on the 4th one. All right, and then once you do that, you can take this as well. So it's like this. We can just go across here. Okay, same thing on this side. Go across here. There we go. And then you can cover everything with slabs. So, nothing should spawn here. Now, I also would not recommend putting a bed. Like I said, no beds in this area. So if you are going to go AFK, build yourself like a little cage over here of glass so you can kind of see. Because even though nothing can spawn here, you're still going to get a lot of creatures that that come down here. Now I made a design over there. I think I just, for this row right here, I just put something. I don't care. I'm just going to do all solid. So I'll be right back. Okay, now that that's done, I actually just turned it on hard, so we should start seeing some of the pigment fall. Okay, what you're going to do is right here. Now this is on underneath the glass side right here where the beds are. Okay, you're just going to run this across, just like so. And then what you're going to do is find those two middle that we had, which was right there. And we're just going to kind of stair step it down like this. Again, you don't have to do this. This is just a design I built. The farm itself is done. You can do whatever you want at this point. And then just carry that up. Okay, same thing. We're going to leave those two, where you're going to just keep stair stepping it in. Just like so. Similar with the other one, where we're just going to start from a different point. All right, so just copy this side on the other side directly across here, again under the glass. Do the same thing. Okay, so for this side, it's going to be just a little bit different. Where these redstone blocks are, we're going to go back and to the right and left, and that is where we're going to have our point. Okay, so that is going to be, excuse me, where we start the stair step process. And you'll notice it should end giving us just enough room to still look in there. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this side and then the opposite side. Okay, last thing, you'll see in here that there is an exposed hopper, which I don't like. So we're just going to come in here and we're going to fill that up everywhere you see that with our main block, which for me is the smooth sandstone. Okay, we're just going to fill that up. Same thing over here. Yeah, you see, you can get little mobs in here. This is obviously a slime, which you're not going to really have unless you build this in a swamp. But you could also run, it won't sit flush because this is a half block, but you could also run some, what is that called? You could also run some fences along the side here. Actually, you might as well just connect those as well. You can run some fence along the side. That should also help. But like I said, I would not put a bed here because you're going to throw off everything. Okay, so just a couple of last points. The carrots are going to take a long time to build up. And then once you get them, you should start getting a steady flow of those. You should start seeing a steady flow of those. The iron golems will start as soon as all the villagers, enough villagers have been born or spawned to meet the requirements for a village. And as soon as you complete this portal, you should start getting them dropping, as long as you are on hard mode or, you know, any kind of mode that's not peaceful. If you're on peaceful, you're not going to get these zombie pigmen falling. Also, cats might spawn in there. They might start seeing cats fall, so you might have some string. I've been pretty lucky. They all kind of went around here. Plus, it's still connected to that, so they may not be doing that. And you only need the one glass for the iron. Okay. Again, no job sites around. You want to just make sure that these job sites right here are the only ones they have. Do not use villagers that you've already traded with unless they're already farmers. Although I still wouldn't use them because they really have to register to one of these. So if you've traded with them, break their job site and then put them here. But you really want to use kind of fresh villagers from a village. You only need 2 with some food. Some carrots are preferred, obviously, for the carrot farm. So we have golden carrots. Okay? And that's going to do it for me. Until next time, Captain Obvious out.